Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be running through a makeup tutorial on the look that I am wearing right now. This is a very fresh fall wintry look. I absolutely love it. We're working with a lot of baby doll pinks and purples. So yeah, I hope that you guys really enjoy. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all of the content that I put up. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm going to be using the original Carli Bybel palette with BH Cosmetics. And first, I'm taking this really gorgeous kind of moot purple transition shade, and I'm going to be applying that directly into my crease. I am currently using a Morphe blending brush. This is kind of like one of my favorite blending brushes to apply into the crease area because it's nice and tapered, but it's not too fluffy, so it gets it exactly where I want it. And then I'm going in with the next deeper purple, and I'm using my Sigma E35, I believe this is, and I'm keeping this directly in the crease, making sure not to bring this shade too high up. I want this to be lower in the crease area, and then I'm going to take a little bit more of that original transition shade and buff that out. Then for all over the lid, I'm taking what is supposed to be a highlight color and applying that just all over the lid with a shader brush. I really like this color because it's just nice and soft and pinky, and it adds just a little bit of a sheen and a shimmer to the lid of the eye. It's really romantic, but it's not too dramatic. And then I'm just going back in with a little bit more of that darker purple shade and applying that into the crease area, again, making sure not to bring that too high up. And then I'm going to be taking some of this really nice vanilla shade on my e.l.f. concealer brush, I think is what it is, onto my brow bone to highlight. Again, I love using matte shades to highlight my brow bone because I feel like it just brings the look together. Moving on to the face, I'm using the Becca Backlight priming filter because my skin has been super dry with the cold weather that we've been having in Florida. I say cold, but you know, for Florida, it's been cold. And then I'm using the Stila Stay All Day Foundation and Concealer Duo. I am currently blending the foundation into my skin using a damp beauty sponge. I really have been loving this foundation recently. It's been my go-to every single day that I have been wearing makeup. It looks so flawless and it stays amazing throughout the day. And then I'm applying some of that concealer underneath my eyes. And then originally I tried to buff it out with a damp beauty sponge, but I realized that this concealer does not like a damp beauty sponge. I don't know if it's just me or what's going on, but it ends up really, really patchy and does not look good. So I am buffing that out with my Makeup Geek Foundation stippling brush. It works okay. I would prefer to use my damp beauty sponge. So that's just something to know if you are considering that foundation and concealer duo. And then I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It translucent powder to set that. Moving on to the rim of the eyes, I'm using NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk because I wanted my eyes to have that wide baby doll effect. And then I'm mixing that transition shade with the darker purple that we put on the upper lid on a pencil brush and using that to buff out the lower lash line just to bring the entire look together and to make sure that the lower lash line wasn't too blank. And then I'm using the Fiona Stiles Volume Plumping Mascara, I think is what it's called. I love using this mascara whenever I am working with purples and pinks and just different cool tones because this particular one has kind of like a wine shade to it. It's not a black or a brown, it's more of a wine color, and I think it really brings out the brown in my eyes, and it also pairs really well with soft feminine eye looks. Now, to warm up my skin, I cannot talk, you guys. It's been a long week. I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a cult favorite. I absolutely love it. I'm just buffing this into my skin, mostly on my cheeks, a little bit underneath my jawline and on my forehead, using a really nice big fluffy brush from Eco Tools. Moving on to my blush, I'm using Hourglass Blush in Diffused Heat. I'm using my Morphe, I believe this is the E4 blush brush and just popping that onto the apples of my cheeks and then slowly blending that backwards into my bronzer once I have less product on my brush. And then digging into the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Contour Palette, I'm just taking the highlight shade, applying that with my trusty highlight brush from Morphe onto the high points of my cheek. I didn't want to put it directly onto the apples of my cheeks like I sometimes do because the Hourglass blush already had some sheen to it. So I also applied it to my nose and my Cupid's bow, and I really love how this highlight pairs with the foundation. I think it looks beautiful. Now I'm using the Urban Decay Cool Makeup Setting Spray. I love this stuff whenever I don't want it to be too dewy, but I also want it to kind of like set my makeup. And then for my lipstick, I'm using Bite Beauty's Vouvray lipstick. This one is just their regular lipstick collection, and I love this color. It's just a really gorgeous, soft baby doll pink. It's perfect for a flirtatious look, and that completes it. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you next time. Bye.